Welcome to Bedtime Daydreams. Tonight, we're going to experience something deeply healing. We're going to feel what it's like when anxiety melts away, when the tightness in your chest loosens, when the racing thoughts slow down, when your body remembers how to be calm, how to be at peace. This isn't a meditation with instructions. It's a story, an experience. You're going to feel what it's like to move from overwhelm to ease, from tension to release, from constant worry to genuine calm. And we're going to take our time. There's no rush, no pressure, just gentle movement toward peace. Before we begin, if you enjoy this kind of content, please subscribe to Bedtime Daydreams. We create stories that help you relax, imagine, and find calm. And leave a comment telling us where you're listening from, what time it is, and what helps you feel calm when anxiety shows up. Okay, get comfortable, let your body settle, and let's begin this journey together. You wake up and you can feel it immediately, that familiar tightness in your chest, the anxiety. It's there before you even open your eyes, before you remember what day it is or what you need to do. The worry is just there, like it's been waiting for you. Your mind starts immediately, racing through everything. The meeting later, the bills on the counter, the conversation you need to have, the email you should have sent, things you did yesterday, things you need to do today, things that might go wrong tomorrow. It's overwhelming, and the day hasn't even started yet. You lie there for a moment, feeling your heart beating a little too fast, your breath shallow, your shoulders tight, your jaw clenched. You didn't realize you were clenching your jaw, but you are. You've probably been clenching it all night. No wonder you're tired even though you just woke up. This is familiar. Too familiar. This is how so many mornings start, with this weight, this pressure, this feeling that there's too much to do, too much to worry about, too much to handle, and not enough of you to handle it all. But today is different. You don't know it yet, but today something shifts. Today you're going to learn what it feels like when anxiety loosens its grip, when it starts to melt, when it begins to release. You get out of bed slowly. Your body feels heavy, tense. You go through your morning routine on autopilot, shower, coffee, getting dressed. But you're not really present. Your mind is already at work, already in the future, already worrying about things that haven't happened yet. You catch a glimpse of yourself in the mirror. You look tired, stressed. There's tension in your face, around your eyes, your forehead. When did you start looking so worried all the time? You don't remember. It happened gradually. So gradually, you didn't notice. You make breakfast, but you're not hungry. Your stomach is tight with anxiety. Food doesn't sound appealing, but you eat something anyway. Because you should, because you need to, even though each bite feels like effort. As you're sitting there trying to eat, you notice something, a moment of awareness. You're noticing the anxiety instead of just being consumed by it. You're observing it, feeling where it lives in your body, the tightness in your chest, the tension in your shoulders, the knot in your stomach. And in that moment of noticing, something tiny shifts. It's small, almost imperceptible, but it's there. A tiny bit of space between you and the anxiety. Like you're not the anxiety. You're the person experiencing the anxiety. There's a difference. You take a breath, a real breath, deeper than the shallow breathing you've been doing. And as you exhale, You feel the tiniest bit of release, like your body remembers, just for a second, what it's like to let go. Just a little bit. You head to work. The commute is the same as always, but you're paying attention differently today. You notice how tightly you're gripping the steering wheel. White knuckles. You consciously loosen your grip, just a little. It feels strange, but also good. You don't need to hold on so tight. At a red light, you close your eyes for a moment, just a few seconds, and you breathe in through your nose, out through your mouth. And with that exhale, you imagine releasing just a tiny bit of the tension, just a fraction. You're not trying to force anything, just gently inviting your body to soften, even just a little. When you open your eyes, the light is still red. You notice the sky. It's blue today, clear. When was the last time you actually looked at the sky? Really looked at it? You've been so caught up in your thoughts, in your worries, that you stop noticing the world around you. The light turns green. You drive. But something is slightly different. You're here, present. Even with the anxiety still humming in the background, there's more of you here, in this moment. Not completely lost in the worried thoughts. You get to work. The building looks the same as always, but you're approaching it differently. Instead of rushing in, already stressed about everything you need to do, you pause, just for a moment, at the entrance. You take another breath, a real one, deep and slow. As you breathe, you become aware of your feet on the ground, solid, stable. You're here, right now. Not in the future where all the things you're worried about might happen. Right here, right now. And right now, in this exact moment, you're okay. You're standing, you're breathing, you're okay. You walk inside. Someone greets you. You smile. And it's a real smile. Not the tight, forced smile you usually give when you're anxious and trying to hide it. A real one. Because in this moment, you feel a tiny bit lighter. The anxiety is still there, but it's not quite as overwhelming as it was an hour ago. You sit at your desk, look at your to-do list. It's long, overwhelming. Normally, looking at this list would send your anxiety into overdrive. But right now you just notice it. You observe the feeling of overwhelm trying to take over, and you breathe through it. You don't fight it. You don't try to push it away. You just feel it and keep breathing. And something interesting happens. When you stop fighting the anxiety, when you stop trying to make it go away, it loses some of its power. Not all of it, but some. It's still there, but it's not quite as loud, not quite as demanding. You start with one task, just one, the smallest one on your list, and you focus completely on that one thing, not on the other 20 things you need to do, just this one. And as you work, you notice you can focus. Your mind isn't racing quite as much. It's still trying to jump around, to worry about other things. But you gently bring it back to this task, this moment. You finish the task, cross it off your list, and you feel something, a tiny sense of accomplishment, of capability. You did something. Even with the anxiety present, you did something. You're functioning. You're capable. The anxiety doesn't have to stop you. Mid-morning, you take a break. You step outside, feel the air on your skin, the sun on your face. You close your eyes and just stand there for a minute, breathing, feeling, being. And in this moment, the anxiety quiets, just for this minute. It's still there in the background, but right now, there's more space, more calm, more you. A colleague asks if you're okay. You realize you must look different somehow, more relaxed maybe, less tense. You nod. Yeah, you say, I'm okay. And you mean it. Not that everything is perfect, not that the anxiety is gone, but in this moment, you're okay. And that's enough. You go back inside, back to work. But you carry something with you now. This tiny seed of awareness. This small sense that maybe, just maybe, you don't have to be consumed by the anxiety. Maybe there's another way, not fighting it, not ignoring it, but being with it, while also being more than it. Lunchtime comes. You actually feel a little hungry. That's new. The knot in your stomach has loosened just a bit. Enough that food sounds okay. You eat slowly, tasting, noticing, being present with the simple act of eating. And it's grounding, this basic human activity, nourishing your body. After lunch, you have that meeting you were worried about, the one that had your anxiety spiking this morning. And yes, you still feel nervous. Your heart is beating faster. Your palms are a little sweaty, but it's different now. You're nervous, but not overwhelmed. You're feeling the anxiety, but not drowning in it. The meeting goes fine. Actually, better than fine. You contribute. You speak up. Even with the anxiety there, even with the nervousness, you do what you need to do. And afterward, you realize something important. The anxiety didn't stop you. It was there. You felt it. And you did it anyway. As the afternoon continues, you notice the anxiety ebbing and flowing. Sometimes it's stronger. Sometimes it quiets down. It's not constant. Not the overwhelming wave it felt like this morning. It comes in smaller waves now. And between the waves, there's more calm, more space, more breath. You're learning something. Anxiety doesn't have to be permanent. It's not a fixed state. It moves, it changes, and you can work with it, not against it, with it, breathing through the stronger moments, resting in the calmer moments, not expecting perfection, just being present with what is. By the end of the workday, you're tired, but it's a different kind of tired, not the exhausted, depleted tired that comes from fighting anxiety all day. More like the natural tired that comes from doing work, from being present, from engaging with life. It's a cleaner tired somehow. You drive home, and you notice more details, the way the light filters through the trees, the music on the radio, the feeling of the steering wheel under your hands. You're here, present, not lost in worried thoughts about tomorrow. Not replaying everything from today, just here, driving, being. When you get home, you don't immediately collapse on the couch. You stand in your doorway for a moment, and you acknowledge yourself. You got through today, even with anxiety, even with stress. You got through it, and not just got through it. You were present. You breathed. You noticed. You made tiny shifts. And they mattered. You change into comfortable clothes, and as you do, you notice your body feels different. Still tired, still a little tense, but less tight, less clenched. Your jaw is relaxed. Your shoulders have dropped a bit. Your chest feels more open. The anxiety hasn't disappeared, but it has softened, loosened, melted just a little. You make dinner, simple, easy, and you eat it slowly, tasting each bite, appreciating the flavors, the warmth, the nourishment, these simple pleasures that get lost when anxiety takes over. But they're still here. They've always been here. You just forgot to notice them. After dinner, you sit, not on your phone, not in front of the TV, just sitting, being, breathing, and you feel it. The anxiety is there, but it's quieter now, smaller, and there's so much more of you, more presence, more calm, more peace. The anxiety doesn't fill all the space anymore. There's room for other things, for ease, for breath, for this moment. You decide to take a bath, warm water, simple, but intentional. You fill the tub slowly, watching the water rise, adding some Epsom salts. The steam starts to fill the bathroom, and already, before you even get in, you feel your body anticipating the warmth, the release. You ease into the water, and oh, it feels good. The warmth envelops you, supports you. You can feel your muscles starting to soften. Relax. Release tension you didn't even know you were holding. The water holds you, and you let it. You let yourself be held. You close your eyes, breathe, and focus on the sensation of the water, the warmth on your skin, the weight of it, the gentle movement when you shift slightly. You're here, fully here, in your body, in this moment, and the anxiety, which has been your constant companion, fades into the background, not gone, but quieter, so much quieter. You stay in the bath for a long time, longer than usual, because it feels good, because your body needs this, because you deserve this simple act of care, of gentleness, of allowing yourself to rest, to be still, to just be. When you finally get out, your skin is warm, soft. You wrap yourself in a towel, and you move slowly, deliberately. No rush, no hurry, just gentle, intentional movement. Caring for yourself the way you'd care for someone you love, with kindness, with patience, with tenderness. You put on your most comfortable pajamas, the soft ones, and you make yourself tea, chamomile. The ritual of it is soothing. Boiling water, steeping the tea, holding the warm mug in your hands, breathing in the steam, the gentle fragrance. Each small action is grounding, calming, present. You curl up on your couch with your tea, and you notice something. Your chest feels open, spacious. The tightness that was there this morning, that familiar anxiety clench, has loosened significantly. You can breathe deeply, fully, without restriction, and each breath feels like relief. You sip your tea slowly, and you let your mind rest. You're not trying to think positive thoughts. You're not trying to fix anything or figure anything out. You're just being, resting, letting your nervous system settle, letting your body remember what calm feels like. And it does remember. Your body remembers peace, even though it's been a while, even though anxiety has been the dominant feeling for so long. Underneath it all, your body knows how to be calm, how to be at ease. It just needed permission, space, gentleness, and tonight, you're giving it that. You think about today, how it started with that familiar tightness, that overwhelming sense of too much, and how slowly, moment by moment, breath by breath, something shifted. You didn't force it. You didn't fight the anxiety or try to make it disappear. You just made space for something else, for presence, for breath, for small moments of ease. And in making space for those moments, the anxiety naturally had less room. It's still there. You can feel it, a slight hum in the background, but it's not consuming you, not controlling you, not defining your entire experience. It's just one feeling among many. And right now, the dominant feeling is calm, is peace, is relief. You finish your tea, and you decide to go to bed early, not because you're trying to escape or avoid anything, but because rest sounds good, because your body is asking for it, and you're listening to your body now, honoring what it needs. You get into bed. The sheets feel cool and clean against your skin. You sink into your pillow, and you take a moment to just appreciate this simple comfort, this safe space, your bed, your room, your sanctuary, where you can let go, where you can rest, where you don't have to be anyone or do anything. You can just be. You close your eyes, and instead of your mind immediately racing with tomorrow's worries, something different happens. You feel your body, the weight of it sinking into the mattress, the softness of the sheets, the gentle rise and fall of your breath. You're grounded, here, safe. You do a gentle body scan, not forcing anything, just noticing. Your feet, relaxed, your legs, heavy, sinking, your hips, supported, your stomach, soft, rising and falling with each breath, your chest, open, spacious, your shoulders, dropped, released, your jaw, unclenched, your face, smooth, peaceful. With each part of your body, you bring awareness to, you feel a little more release, a little more letting go. The anxiety has been holding you tight for so long, creating so much tension. But now, piece by piece, that grip is loosening, the tension is melting, and underneath it, there's just you, soft, peaceful, at ease. You think about sleep. Usually bedtime is when the anxiety spikes, when your mind starts racing with everything, when you lie awake for hours. But tonight feels different. Tonight you feel tired, genuinely tired, not wired, not anxious, just peacefully, naturally tired, ready to rest. You let your breathing deepen, slow, long inhales through your nose, even longer exhales through your mouth. With each exhale, you imagine releasing more tension, more worry, more holding on, just letting go, softening, melting into the bed, into this moment, into peace. Your mind tries to wander, to worry about tomorrow, but gently, without force, you bring it back to your breath, to the sensation of your body, to this moment. There will be time for tomorrow when tomorrow comes. Right now, there's just this breath, this body, this bed, this moment of peace. And you realize something. The anxiety doesn't go away all at once. It's not a switch you flip from anxious to calm. It's a gradual melting, a slow softening, a gentle release. And that's okay. That's actually perfect. Because the gradual way is sustainable, is real, is something you can work with. You feel yourself getting drowsy, that pleasant, heavy feeling that comes before sleep. Your thoughts are slowing down, getting quieter, less insistent. Your body is surrendering to rest, to the natural pull of sleep, and you're letting it, not fighting it, not trying to control it, just allowing it. The anxiety that woke up with you this morning feels so far away now, not because you defeated it or got rid of it, but because you created so much space around it, so much breath, so much presence, so much ease, that even though it's still there somewhere, it's not the loudest voice anymore. It's not the dominant experience. The dominant experience now is peace, is calm, is this gentle settling, this sweet release, this melting of all the tightness and tension, this remembering that you know how to be at ease, that peace is available, that calm is possible, not as something you have to work hard to achieve, but as something that's here, right here, when you make space for it. You drift, not quite asleep yet, but not fully awake either, in that beautiful in-between space, where everything softens, where boundaries blur, where you're just floating, suspended, held, safe, And it feels so good to not be fighting, to not be striving, to just be resting, releasing, letting go. Your breath is so slow now, so steady. Each inhale brings in peace. Each exhale releases more. And with every breath cycle, you sink deeper into the bed, into relaxation, into this moment, into yourself, finding that still, quiet center that's always been there, underneath the anxiety, underneath the stress, underneath all the noise. Just stillness, just peace, just you. Tomorrow will come. There will be things to do, challenges to face. And yes, the anxiety might return, might spike, might demand attention. But you know something now that you didn't know this morning. You know how to work with it, how to breathe through it, how to create space around it, how to remember that you are more than your anxiety. You are so much more. And even when the anxiety is loud, even when it's overwhelming, there's a part of you that remains untouched, a deep, quiet part that knows peace, that can access calm, that can breathe and rest and be. And now that you've found this part, now that you've remembered it exists, you can come back to it anytime, as many times as you need. The anxiety will come and go, like waves, sometimes big, sometimes small. But you are not the waves. You are the ocean, deep, vast, capable of holding it all. The storms and the calm, the turbulence and the peace, all of it. And underneath the surface, no matter what's happening above, there's always that depth, that stillness, that peace. You feel yourself drifting deeper now, further into sleep, further into rest, and you go willingly, gratefully, knowing that sleep will restore you, that rest will replenish you, that tomorrow you'll wake up with more resources, more capacity, more ability to meet whatever comes with presence and breath and ease. The last conscious thought you have is simple, quiet, just a gentle acknowledgement. You're okay. Right now, in this moment, you're okay. The anxiety has melted enough, softened enough, released enough. There's space now, space to breathe, space to be, space to rest. And that's enough. That's more than enough. That's everything. You wake up, and the first thing you notice is how you feel, different, lighter. The tightness in your chest isn't there, not completely gone, but so much softer, so much less. You lie there for a moment, eyes still closed, just feeling. Your body feels rested, actually rested. Not that anxious, exhausted feeling, but genuinely refreshed. Like your nervous system got the message last night. It's safe to rest. It's okay to let go. You open your eyes. Sunlight is filtering through your curtains. Soft, warm, beautiful. And you notice it. Really notice it. The quality of the light. The way it plays across your room. When was the last time you woke up and actually saw the beauty of morning light? You stretch, slowly, gently. Your body feels good, flexible, responsive, not tight and clenched. You roll your shoulders. They move easily, freely. The tension that usually lives there has melted away. Not disappeared, but melted, softened, released. You get out of bed without that heavy dread, without immediately feeling overwhelmed by the day ahead. You're just here, present, moving through your morning, one moment at a time. No rush, no panic, just simple, peaceful movement. You make your coffee, and you actually taste it, the richness, the warmth, the aroma, these simple pleasures that get lost when anxiety takes over. But they're still here. They've always been here. You're just present enough now to enjoy them. You sit by the window with your coffee, watching the world wake up, birds, traffic, people walking, life happening, and you're part of it, connected to it, not separate, not trapped in your own anxious thoughts, but here, engaged, present, alive. The thought of work crosses your mind, and yes, there's a slight flutter of anxiety, but it's different. It's not overwhelming. It's just information. Your body's way of saying, this matters to you. And that's okay. That's appropriate. Not all anxiety is bad. Sometimes it's just attention, energy, focus. You breathe into the flutter. Instead of fighting it or freaking out about feeling anxious, you just acknowledge it. Oh, there's some nervous energy about the day. That's all. Just noticing. And in the noticing, it loses its power. It's just a feeling, not a threat, not a problem. Just a feeling. You get ready for the day with intention, choosing clothes that feel good, that make you feel comfortable, not what you should wear or what looks professional, but what feels right. This simple act of honoring your needs, your comfort, your preferences, it matters. It's self-care. It's respect. As you get dressed, you catch yourself in the mirror again, and you look different. Your face is softer, less tense. Your eyes are clearer, brighter. There's a gentleness in your expression that wasn't there yesterday. The anxiety that was etched into your features has softened. You look more like yourself, the real you, the you underneath all the stress and worry. You pack your bag, your lunch, and you do it mindfully, slowly, not frantically throwing things together, but choosing, placing, being present with each small action, and it's grounding. These simple tasks, these ordinary moments, they anchor you, remind you that you're here, now, safe, capable. Before you leave, you pause, stand in your doorway, and you take 3 deep breaths, intentional, grounding, centering. You're carrying yesterday's lesson with you, that you can work with anxiety, that you can breathe through it, that you can create space, that calm is available, always, in every moment, no matter what. The commute is the same route, same traffic, but you're different. You're listening to music you love, really listening, not just having it on in the background, but hearing it, feeling it, letting it move through you, and it lifts your spirits. This simple choice to listen, to enjoy, to be present with something beautiful. At a stop sign, you close your eyes briefly, and you smile, because you can, because you feel good, because the anxiety that usually dominates your mornings is just a whisper today, still there, but quiet, manageable, and there's so much more space for other feelings, for ease, for joy, for peace. You arrive at work, park, and before you get out of the car, you take a moment, you acknowledge yourself, you made it through a difficult day yesterday, you found ways to ease, to soften, to release, and you woke up feeling better. That's not nothing. That's huge. That's proof that change is possible, that you can influence how you feel, that you have agency, power, choice. You walk into the building with your head up, shoulders back, not in an anxious, forced way, but naturally, comfortably, confidently. You feel more solid today, more grounded, more yourself. And people notice. Someone comments that you seem more relaxed, more present, and you smile. Because you are. You really are. At your desk, you look at your to-do list. It's still long, still full, but it doesn't trigger panic. You just look at it, assess it, and you choose where to start. One task, just one, and you focus fully, completely, not splitting your attention between 20 worries. Just here, this task, this moment, this work. And you flow. That's the only word for it. You flow through your work. Present, engaged, not perfect, not without effort, but without that constant background anxiety, without that exhausting mental noise, just clear, focused, capable, you, doing what needs to be done. Mid-morning, you take a break, not because you have to, but because you want to, because your body asks for it, and you listen. You step outside, feel the air, the sun, the breeze, and you breathe deep, full, nourishing breaths, filling your lungs with fresh air, with life, with peace. A challenging situation arises, something that would normally send your anxiety spiking. And yes, you feel it, that familiar tightening, that surge of stress. But instead of spiraling, instead of letting it take over, you pause, you breathe, you feel your feet on the ground, your breath moving in and out, and you choose your response, calmly, clearly, effectively. Afterward, you're amazed. You handled it. You stayed calm. You responded instead of reacted, and the situation resolved. The anxiety wanted to make it a catastrophe, but it wasn't. It was just a situation, and you handled it with grace, with presence, with capability that comes from being grounded, from being here, from being calm. Lunchtime, you eat slowly, tasting, enjoying. Your stomach isn't in knots. You're actually hungry. Food tastes good, and you give yourself this time, this break, this pause in the day, not eating at your desk while working, not rushing, just eating, just being, just resting. After lunch, you notice something beautiful. You're not counting down the hours until you can leave. You're not wishing the day away. You're just here, present with your work, with your colleagues, with your life, not trying to escape it, not trying to get through it, just being in it. And it's okay, more than okay. It's good. The afternoon passes, work gets done, challenges get met, and through it all, you maintain this sense of calm, this groundedness. It's not that nothing bothers you. Things still arise. Stressors, frustrations, anxieties, but they don't consume you. They don't define your experience. They're just part of the day, part of life. And you can hold them. You can be with them without drowning in them. As the day winds down, you feel tired, but it's a good tired, the tired that comes from engaging with life, from being present, from doing work that matters, not the exhausted, depleted tired that comes from constant anxiety. This is different. This is natural. This is healthy. You leave work and you feel accomplished, not because you did more than usual, but because you were present. You were here. You met the day with calm and capability. You worked with your anxiety instead of being controlled by it. You created space. You chose ease. And it worked. The evening arrives. You're home. And you feel this sense of possibility. The day went well. You felt calm, capable, present. And now there's this whole evening ahead of you, time that's yours. And you want to use it well, to continue this feeling, to deepen this peace. You change into comfortable clothes, and again, it's this simple act of self-care, of comfort, of honoring what feels good. You're learning, slowly, that these small choices matter, that how you treat yourself, how you care for yourself, affects how you feel, affects your anxiety, affects your peace. Instead of collapsing on the couch and numbing out with screens, you decide to move your body gently. You're not training for anything. You're not trying to exhaust yourself. You're just inviting movement, flow, release. You put on music, and you stretch, you sway. You let your body move however it wants to. And it feels good. Your body has been holding so much tension, so much stress. And as you move, as you breathe, as you let yourself be free and unself-conscious in your own living room, things release, emotions surface. You might feel like crying or laughing or both. And you let yourself, you allow it. This is healing. This is release. This is your body processing, letting go. After moving, you feel lighter, more spacious, more alive. Your breath comes easier. Your body feels energized but calm. That perfect combination. Awake but relaxed. Present but peaceful. This is what it feels like when your nervous system is balanced, when you're not in constant fight or flight, just here, just being, just at ease. You make dinner, and you cook, really cook, not just heating something up, but chopping vegetables, seasoning, tasting, creating. And it's meditative. Each cut of the knife, each stir of the pot, being present with the process, with the smells, with the colors, with the simple, grounding act of nourishing yourself. As you cook, you realize you're humming, just quietly, naturally. When was the last time you hummed while cooking? When was the last time you felt light enough, calm enough, to make sounds of contentment? You can't remember, but here you are, humming, and it makes you smile. This small sign of ease, of joy, of peace. You eat your meal slowly, sitting at the table, not in front of the TV, not scrolling on your phone, just eating, tasting, appreciating. Each bite is full of flavor, of nourishment, of care. You made this for yourself, and it's good. You're good. This moment is good. After dinner, you clean up. And even this mundane task feels different. You're not rushing through it, anxious to get it done. You're just doing it. Washing each dish mindfully, wiping each counter intentionally, finding peace in the ordinary, in the simple, in the everyday. You step outside, your backyard, your porch, wherever you have access to the evening air, and you just stand there, breathing, feeling the temperature, the slight breeze, the sounds of evening, birds settling, distant traffic, the world transitioning from day to night. And you're a part of this, part of the natural rhythm, part of the flow. You look up at the sky. It's that beautiful time when the sun is setting, colors painting across the horizon, pink, orange, purple, blue, so beautiful, so vast. And you feel small, but not in a bad way. Small in a way that's freeing. Your anxieties, your worries, they're so small too. In the context of this huge, beautiful world, they matter. But they're not everything. They're not all of you. You stay outside until the stars start to appear, one by one, small points of light in the deepening dark. And you feel connected to something bigger, to the universe, to life, to all of existence. And in that connection, your personal anxieties soften even more. There's comfort in knowing you're part of something vast, something beautiful, something eternal. Back inside, you decide to do something just for pleasure, not because you should, not to be productive, just because it sounds nice. Maybe you read, maybe you draw, maybe you listen to music, maybe you take another bath. Whatever it is, you choose it freely, for joy, for ease, for the simple pleasure of it. And as you engage with this chosen activity, you notice something profound. When you're present, when you're calm, when you're at ease, everything is richer, more textured, more alive. The anxiety was like a filter, dulling everything, making everything feel heavy and urgent and overwhelming. But without that filter, or with that filter much lighter, everything shines, everything has color, everything has possibility. Time passes, not quickly, not slowly, just naturally. You're not watching the clock, not counting minutes, just being, flowing through your evening with ease, with presence, with this newfound peace that feels precious, that feels worth protecting, worth nurturing, worth building your life around. As bedtime approaches, you prepare intentionally. You dim the lights, you put away screens, you create an environment conducive to rest, to calm, to ease. You're learning. You're discovering what helps you, what supports your peace, what allows the anxiety to stay quiet. And you're implementing it, choosing it, prioritizing it. You brush your teeth, wash your face. These simple hygiene rituals become acts of care, of kindness. You're taking care of yourself, not just going through the motions, but actually caring for your body, for your being, for you. And it matters. This self-care, this self-love, it's the foundation of your peace. You get into bed, and it feels like coming home, this safe space, this comfortable nest, this place where you can completely let go, completely relax, completely be. You sink into your pillow, pull your covers up, and you feel held, supported, safe. You close your eyes, and you do another gentle body scan, starting with your toes, noticing, relaxing, moving up through your feet, your ankles, your calves, your knees, your thighs, each part soft, heavy, released, up through your hips, your abdomen, your chest, all soft, all at ease, your shoulders, your neck, your jaw, your face, everything relaxed, everything peaceful, everything calm. Your breath is deep, slow, rhythmic. Each inhale fills you with peace. Each exhale releases more tension, more worry, more holding, just letting go, more and more and more, until there's almost nothing left to release. Just you, peaceful you, calm you, resting you. You feel grateful for this day, for this progress, for this peace. 2 days ago, anxiety was your constant companion, overwhelming, exhausting, consuming. And now it's barely a whisper. Not gone. You know it's not gone. It might come back, probably will, but it's not defining you, not controlling you, not ruining your life. You've learned something invaluable. You've learned that you can work with anxiety, that you can create space around it, that you can choose calm, that peace is possible, not by fighting, not by forcing, but by being present, by breathing, by being gentle with yourself, by making choices that support your peace. And this knowledge, this learning, it's with you now. It's not going away, even if the anxiety comes back strong tomorrow, even if you have hard days ahead. You know now what's possible. You know calm is available. You know you have tools, skills, awareness. You can come back to this, to peace, to ease, to breath, always. You feel yourself drifting, that pleasant descent into sleep. Your thoughts are quiet, so quiet. Your body is relaxed, so relaxed. Your heart is steady, slow, calm. Everything in you is settling, releasing, surrendering to the natural pull of sleep, to rest, to restoration. The last thing you're aware of is your breath. Gentle, steady, reliable, always there. Your anchor, your tool, your return path to peace, no matter what happens, no matter how anxious you feel. You can always come back to your breath. And in your breath, find your way back to calm, back to center, back to peace. You sleep, deep, restful, peaceful sleep. Your nervous system integrating all the learning, all the release, all the ease. Your body restoring, your mind quieting, your whole being settling into this new way, this calmer way, this more peaceful way of being. You wake up the next morning, day 3, and you feel something you haven't felt in a long time. Hope, genuine hope, not toxic positivity, not pretending everything is perfect, but real grounded hope. The kind that comes from experiencing change, from knowing that different is possible. The anxiety isn't gone. You feel it there, a low hum, but it's background noise now, not the main event, and you know what to do with it. You breathe, you notice, you create space. You don't fight it, you don't fear it, you just acknowledge it. Oh, there you are, anxiety, I see you, and I'm okay. You're learning that anxiety isn't the enemy, it's information. It's your system trying to protect you. Sometimes it's overprotective. Sometimes it's reacting to old wounds instead of current reality. But it's trying to help. And when you stop fighting it, when you listen to it with compassion, it softens, it calms, it becomes manageable. You decide to start a morning practice, nothing complicated, just 10 minutes, before you check your phone, before you dive into the day. 10 minutes just for you, for breath, for presence, for grounding. You sit comfortably, close your eyes, and you just breathe, counting your breaths, noticing sensations, being here. At first your mind wanders. Of course it does. That's what minds do. But you don't judge it. You just notice. Oh, I'm thinking about work. And you gently bring your attention back to your breath, back to this moment, back to peace, over and over, without frustration, with patience, with kindness. These 10 minutes become sacred, become essential, become the foundation of your day. Starting from a place of calm instead of chaos, from presence instead of anxiety, from intention instead of reaction, and you can feel the difference in your body, in your mind, in your whole day. You start noticing patterns, what triggers your anxiety, what soothes it. You keep a mental note, not obsessively, just aware. You notice that lack of sleep makes everything worse, that certain foods make you jittery, that too much screen time before bed disrupts your peace, that nature helps, that movement helps, that connection helps, that breath always helps. And you start making adjustments, small ones, sustainable ones, going to bed 30 minutes earlier, eating breakfast, taking a walk at lunch, limiting caffeine afternoon, turning off screens an hour before bed. These tiny changes, they add up. They create a life that supports calm, that nurtures peace, that allows anxiety to be just one small part, not the whole story. You're building resilience. That's what this is. Not the absence of anxiety, but the ability to work with it, to recover from it, to not be derailed by it. Resilience isn't about being strong all the time. It's about knowing how to return to balance, how to come back to yourself, how to find peace again and again and again. At work, you notice you're more productive because you're not spending so much energy managing anxiety. You're not constantly bracing, not constantly preparing for catastrophe. You're just working, focused, present, engaged, and work gets done. Problems get solved. Life moves forward without the constant drain of overwhelming anxiety. A colleague asks what's different. They've noticed the change in you. You think about how to answer. I've been working on managing my anxiety, you say, not hiding it, not ashamed, just honest. And they nod. It shows, they say. You seem lighter, more present. And you realize that your peace isn't just internal, it's visible. It affects how you show up, how you relate, how you live. You decide to reach out to a friend. You've been isolating. The anxiety makes you want to withdraw, to hide, to deal with everything alone. But that makes it worse. Isolation feeds anxiety. Connection heals it. So you text, want to get coffee? Simple, easy. And they say yes. And you feel glad, nervous, but glad. Meeting your friend feels good, really good. You talk, really talk, not surface stuff, real things. And you share about your anxiety, about your journey the past few days, about learning to work with it instead of fighting it. And they listen, really listen. And they share too. They have their own struggles, their own anxieties. And you realize you're not alone. You never were. Everyone is carrying something. The connection feels healing, knowing you're not the only one, that anxiety isn't some personal failure. It's a human experience. It's how our nervous systems respond to modern life, to stress, to overwhelm, to uncertainty. And there's no shame in it, no weakness, just a system doing its best. And learning. We're all learning how to be human, how to be okay, how to find peace in an anxious world. After coffee, you feel energized, not wired, just alive. Connection does that, real, honest connection. It reminds you that you're part of something bigger, part of the human family, all of us struggling, all of us growing, all of us doing our best. That evening, you try something new, journaling. You've heard it helps with anxiety, but you've never tried it. You didn't think you had time, or you didn't know what to write. But tonight, you just start. Stream of consciousness. Whatever comes, no editing, no judging, just writing. And things come out. Worries you didn't realize you were carrying. Fears buried beneath the surface. Thoughts you've been pushing away. Feelings you've been avoiding. And as you write them down, as you get them out of your head and onto paper, something shifts. They lose some of their power. They're not so scary when there are words on a page. They're just thoughts, just feelings, just part of being human. You also write about gratitude, about the good things, about today's moments of peace, about the hug from your friend, about the beautiful sunset, about the comfortable bed waiting for you, about your breathing, about your body, about being alive. And as you write these things, you feel them more deeply. Gratitude as a practice, as a choice, as a way of directing your attention toward what's good, what's working, what's beautiful. Journaling becomes part of your evening routine, along with dimming lights, and screen-free time, and tea, and gentle movement. You're creating a life that supports peace, that invites calm, that makes space for ease. Not perfectly, not rigidly, but intentionally, gently, consistently. Over the following days, you notice the pattern. The anxiety still comes, but it doesn't stay as long, doesn't hit as hard, and you recover faster, much faster. A moment of breathing, of grounding, of presence, and you're back to calm, back to ease, back to yourself. You're learning your triggers: lack of sleep, poor nutrition, too much caffeine, overcommitting, saying yes when you mean no, not moving your body, not connecting with others, not spending time in nature, not breathing deeply. These things feed anxiety, make it worse. And now that you know, you can choose differently. You can protect your peace. You're also learning what helps: sleep, really good sleep, eating well, moving your body, being in nature, connecting with friends, setting boundaries, saying no, prioritizing rest, creative expression, deep breathing, presence. These things soothe anxiety, build resilience, create a foundation of calm that can hold whatever comes. One day, something stressful happens, really stressful, the kind of thing that would have sent you spiraling before, into panic, into overwhelm, into that place where anxiety takes over completely. And yes, you feel it, the surge, the spike, the familiar grip, but you don't spiral. You pause, you breathe, you feel your feet on the ground, your breath moving in and out, and you stay present. You ride the wave, and it passes. It actually passes. Afterward, you're amazed. You handled it. You stayed calm. You responded skillfully. The anxiety was there, loud, demanding, but it didn't control you. You controlled how you related to it. And that made all the difference. That's the key. Not controlling the anxiety, but controlling how you respond to it, how you relate to it, how you work with it. You start to trust yourself more, to trust that you can handle things, that you have resources, tools, skills, awareness, that you're capable, that anxiety doesn't have to stop you, that you can feel fear and act anyway, feel worry and move forward, feel stress and respond calmly. This is power, real power, not the absence of difficulty, but the ability to meet difficulty with presence and grace. You share your journey with others, not preaching, not saying you have it all figured out, just sharing what's helped you. And people respond. They're struggling too. They want to know how you found calm, how you work with anxiety, how you created peace. And you share generously, openly, knowing that we heal together, that we grow together, that we're all in this together. Months pass, and the transformation is undeniable. You're different, not perfect, not anxiety-free, but different. More grounded, more calm, more at ease, more yourself. The anxiety is still there. It probably always will be. But it's not the dominant force anymore. It's just one part, one voice among many. And you know how to work with it, how to soothe it, how to create space around it. You've built a life that supports peace, morning practice, healthy habits, good sleep, movement, nature, connection, boundaries, rest, breath, presence. These aren't luxuries, they're necessities. They're how you maintain your calm, how you build resilience, how you live well despite anxiety, not running from it, but dancing with it, working with it, allowing it, and choosing peace anyway. And you know something now, something important, something that changes everything. Peace isn't something you achieve once and keep forever. It's something you choose every day, every moment, every breath. It's a practice, not a destination, a way of being, not a place to arrive. And that's okay. That's perfect, because it means peace is always available, in every moment, no matter what. Just a breath away, just a choice away, just here, always here, waiting for you to return. 6 months have passed, and your life looks different. Not dramatically, not in obvious, external ways, but internally, profoundly. You're different, the way you move through the world, the way you respond to stress, the way you breathe, the way you be. Everything is different. The anxiety is still your companion. It hasn't disappeared. You don't expect it to. But your relationship with it has completely transformed. It's not the monster under the bed anymore. It's not the enemy. It's not even really a problem. It's just information, energy, a part of your experience, and you know how to work with it. Some days are harder than others. That's life. That's being human. But even on the hard days, you have tools. You have practices. You have awareness. You have the ability to pause, to breathe, to ground, to come back to center, to find your way back to calm. It might take longer some days. The anxiety might be louder, but you always find your way back. Always. Your morning practice is non-negotiable now, not in a rigid way, but in an essential way, like brushing your teeth, like eating. It's just what you do. Every morning, 10 to 20 minutes, sitting, breathing, being present, starting your day from a place of calm, of intention, of peace, and it sets the tone for everything that follows. You've noticed something interesting. The more consistent you are with your practice, the less intense the anxiety becomes. Not gone, but gentler, quieter, more manageable. It's like your nervous system is learning, remembering that calm is the default, that peace is home, that this is where you belong, and the anxiety, when it comes, is just a temporary visitor, not a permanent resident. Your sleep has transformed. You fall asleep easily now, most nights, and you sleep deeply, restfully. Your body has learned to trust, to let go, to surrender to rest, because you've shown it consistently that it's safe, that nighttime is for restoration, that sleep is healing, that rest is essential, and your body responds with deep, nourishing, restorative sleep. You've learned to listen to your body, really listen. When it's tired, you rest. When it needs movement, you move. When it's hungry, you eat. When it needs connection, you reach out. When it needs solitude, you create space. This attunement to your body's wisdom, it's revolutionary, it's healing, it's how you stay balanced, how you maintain your peace. You've set boundaries, real boundaries, with work, with people, with commitments. You say no now, when you need to, when you want to, without guilt, without over-explaining. Just know, that doesn't work for me. Simple, clear, honoring yourself, protecting your energy, your time, your peace, and people respect it. They actually respect you more because you respect yourself. Your relationships have deepened, the ones that matter, the ones where you can be real, where you can be honest about your struggles, where you're accepted, supported, loved, not despite your anxiety, but with it. All of you. The messy parts, the struggling parts, the still learning parts. These relationships have become sanctuaries, places of safety, of connection, of belonging. You've let go of relationships that don't serve you, that drain you, that feed your anxiety, that require you to be someone you're not. It wasn't easy. It's never easy, but it was necessary, essential, for your peace, for your health, for your life. And in the space left behind, you found more energy, more ease, more freedom, more you. You've discovered what truly matters to you, what lights you up, what makes you feel alive, what gives your life meaning. And you're orienting toward that, making choices that align with your values, your truth, your authentic self, not what you should want, not what others expect, but what actually resonates in your soul. This alignment, it's deeply calming, deeply satisfying, deeply right. You've found your creative outlet. Maybe it's painting, maybe writing, maybe music, maybe gardening, maybe cooking. Whatever it is, it's yours. A place where you can express, explore, create, play, where there's no pressure, no performance, just pure expression, pure presence, pure joy, and it feeds your soul, calms your nervous system, gives you life. You spend time in nature regularly now, not because you should, but because it helps, because something about being outside, being in green space, being under the sky, settles your system, reminds you of what's real, what's true, what's important. The trees don't hurry. The birds don't worry about tomorrow. The earth just is, being, existing, thriving, and you can too. You've learned to ask for help when you need it. This was hard, really hard. You wanted to do everything yourself, to not be a burden, to not admit you were struggling. But you've learned that asking for help isn't weakness. It's wisdom. It's strength. It's how we make it through. Together. Supporting each other. Helping each other. Being human together. You've found a therapist, or a coach, or a support group, somewhere you can process, explore, heal, where you're held by someone trained to help, where you can go deeper, understand more, release more, heal more. This external support, it's invaluable. It's accelerated your healing, given you tools, perspective, understanding, care. You've learned about your nervous system, how it works, why anxiety happens, what's happening in your body. And this understanding has been so helpful, so empowering, because now you know you're not broken, you're not weak, you're not doing anything wrong. Your nervous system is just doing its job, sometimes overprotectively, and you can work with it, regulate it, soothe it, help it feel safe. You practice self-compassion now, when the anxiety spikes, when you have a hard day, when you feel overwhelmed. You don't beat yourself up. You don't judge yourself. You talk to yourself the way you'd talk to a dear friend, with kindness, with understanding, with love. This is hard. You're doing your best. It's okay. You're okay. Breathe. I'm here with you. This inner voice, it changes everything. You've stopped trying to be perfect. Perfect is exhausting. Perfect is impossible. Perfect is what fed your anxiety for so long. The pressure, the striving, the never enoughness. But you've let that go. You're good enough, just as you are. Imperfect, struggling sometimes, doing your best, learning, growing, being human. And that's enough. More than enough. That's everything. You celebrate small wins, made it through a stressful meeting without spiraling. That's worth celebrating. Chose rest over pushing through. That's worth celebrating. Asked for help, set a boundary, moved your body, ate well, slept well, breathed deeply, all worth celebrating. Because these choices, these practices, these moments, they're building a life of peace, brick by brick, breath by breath, choice by choice. You've become someone others come to, for advice, for support, for perspective, because they've noticed your transformation, your calm, your presence, your peace, and they want what you have, and you share generously what's helped you, what you've learned, not as an expert, not as someone who has it all figured out, but as a fellow traveler, a fellow human, learning to be at peace in an anxious world. You've written about your journey, shared it online, or with friends, or in a journal just for you, and putting it into words has been healing, has helped you process, integrate, understand, has helped you see how far you've come, has helped others who are still struggling, who are where you were, who need hope, who need to know change is possible, that peace is possible, that they can do this too. You look back at who you were 6 months ago, a year ago, and you barely recognize that person, so consumed by anxiety, so exhausted, so overwhelmed, so stuck, and you feel compassion for that version of you. They were doing their best. They didn't know what you know now. They hadn't learned what you've learned. They were suffering, and you honor that. You thank that version of you for not giving up, for keeping going, for doing the work that led you here. And here is good. Here is so much better. Not perfect. You still have hard days. You still get anxious. You still struggle sometimes. But it's different. Fundamentally different. Because you have tools. You have practices. You have awareness. You have the ability to come back to peace. To find your way back to calm. To remember who you are beneath the anxiety. And that changes everything. You've learned that healing isn't linear. It's not a straight line from anxious to calm. It's waves, cycles, forward and back, good days and hard days, progress and setbacks. And that's okay. That's normal. That's being human. What matters is the overall trajectory, the overall trend, and that's up. That's toward more peace, more ease, more calm, more you. You've learned to trust the process, to trust yourself, to trust that you have what you need, to trust that you can handle what comes, to trust that you're resilient, capable, strong, not in a forced way, not in a pushing through way, but in a real, grounded, honest way. You've proven it to yourself over and over. You can do hard things. You can feel anxious and still function. You can struggle and still thrive. You can be imperfect and still be enough. And tonight, as you prepare for bed, as you do your evening routine, as you move through these practices that support your peace, you feel grateful, deeply grateful for this journey, for this learning, for this transformation. It wasn't easy. It's been work, real work, but it's been worth it, so worth it, because you're free now, not free from anxiety, but free within it, free to be yourself, free to live, free to be at peace. Tonight is special. You don't know why, but you feel it, a deeper peace than usual, a profound calm, like everything has settled, like something has integrated, like you've arrived somewhere important, somewhere you've been journeying toward all this time. You're lying in bed. It's dark, quiet, and you're just here, breathing, being, and there's no anxiety, none, not even the low hum, not even the background noise, just peace, pure, complete, total peace, and it's breathtaking, not because it's new, but because it's here, fully here, and you're aware enough to appreciate it, to feel it, to savor it. You remember when peace felt impossible, when you couldn't imagine feeling this way, when anxiety was so overwhelming that the idea of calm seemed like a fantasy, like something other people had but you couldn't access. And here you are, in the middle of that impossible peace, living it, being it, embodying it. Your body feels like it's melting into the bed, so relaxed, so released, every muscle soft, every breath easy, every heartbeat steady. There's no tension anywhere, nothing clenched, nothing braced, nothing guarded, just complete, total, absolute relaxation. Your body trusts, fully, completely, and in that trust, it rests, deeply, profoundly, entirely. You think about the journey, the days and weeks and months of practice, of choosing differently, of breathing through hard moments, of staying present when every instinct wanted to run, of being gentle with yourself when you wanted to be harsh, of showing up again and again, even when it was hard, especially when it was hard. And it was worth it. Every difficult moment, every practice, every choice, every breath, it was worth it because it brought you here to this peace, to this calm, to this freedom, to this version of yourself who knows how to be at ease, who knows how to find peace, who knows how to rest, who knows how to be. You've learned so much about yourself, about anxiety, about peace, about being human. You've learned that resistance creates suffering, that acceptance creates space, that gentleness creates healing, that presence creates peace, that breath is always available, that you have everything you need, that you are enough, exactly as you are. You've learned that peace isn't the absence of difficulty. It's the presence of calm amidst difficulty. It's not about life being easy. It's about you being grounded, centered, present, capable. It's not about never feeling anxious. It's about knowing how to work with anxiety, how to soothe it, how to create space around it, how to be at peace even when it's present. You've discovered resources within yourself you didn't know existed. Strength, resilience, courage, compassion, wisdom. They were always there. You just couldn't access them when the anxiety was overwhelming. But as the anxiety softened, as you created space, these qualities emerged naturally, easily, like they'd been waiting. And they had been, waiting for you to be ready, to be open, to be here. You think about the future, and for once, you're not worried about it. You're not trying to control it. You're not anxiously planning for every possible outcome. You're just open to it, curious about it, trusting that whatever comes, you can handle it. You have the tools, the awareness, the practices, the ability to come back to peace. And that's enough, more than enough. You feel connected to yourself, to your body, to your breath, to this moment, to life, to something bigger than yourself, not in an abstract way, but in a real, felt, embodied way. You're part of the fabric of existence, part of the flow of life, part of the universe. And in that connection, there's profound peace, profound belonging, profound rightness. You're aware of your breath, slow, deep, natural, each inhale nourishing, each exhale releasing, the rhythm of life, the rhythm of peace, the rhythm of being. And you could stay here forever, in this breath, in this moment, in this peace. Time doesn't matter. Tomorrow doesn't matter. Nothing matters except this breath, this body, this moment, this peace. You feel waves of gratitude for your body that's been carrying you through everything, that's been doing its best to keep you safe, that's been learning to relax, to trust, to be at peace. You send it love, appreciation, thanks for everything it does, for being your home, for being your vessel through this life. You feel grateful for your mind, even with all its anxiety, all its worry, all its racing thoughts. It's been trying to protect you, to prepare you, to keep you safe. And now it's learning a new way, a calmer way, a more peaceful way, and you appreciate it, honor it, thank it for being your companion, your tool, your gift. You feel grateful for everyone who's supported you, who's listened, who's held space, who's been patient, who's loved you through the hard times, who's celebrated your progress, who's reminded you who you are when you forgot. These people, these connections, they've been part of your healing, part of your journey, part of your peace. You feel grateful for the hard times, for the anxiety, for the struggles, because they taught you. They showed you what you're capable of. They led you to these practices, to this awareness, to this peace. You wouldn't be here without them, wouldn't know what you know, wouldn't be who you are. And who you are is good, really good. You feel yourself sinking deeper into the bed, into relaxation, into peace, into this moment. Your body is so heavy, so relaxed, so at ease. Your mind is so quiet, so still, so peaceful. Everything is settling, integrating, coming to rest, coming home, coming to peace. You're aware of the silence, not empty silence, but full silence, rich silence. The kind of silence that holds everything, all of life, all of experience, all of existence, and you're part of it, held by it, surrounded by it, embraced by it. And it's not lonely. It's not isolating. It's connecting. It's inclusive. It's love. You think about sleep, and you're not afraid of it, not trying to force it, not worried about not sleeping, just allowing it, inviting it, welcoming it, when it comes, if it comes, and if it doesn't, that's okay too, because this peace, this rest, this being, it's enough, it's healing, it's restorative, whether sleep comes or not. But sleep is coming. You can feel it, that gentle pull, that sweet descent, that softening of consciousness, that blurring of edges, that drifting away, and you go with it, willingly, gratefully, peacefully, knowing that sleep will restore you, that rest will replenish you, that tomorrow you'll wake up still carrying this peace, still embodying this calm, still being this version of yourself who knows how to be at ease. Your thoughts are barely thoughts now, more like clouds, drifting, dissolving, disappearing. No substance, no weight, no urgency, just gentle wisps, barely there, and then not there at all. Just space, just peace, just this moment, this breath, this being. You're aware of your heart, beating steady, slow, strong, the rhythm of life, the rhythm of peace. Each beat a gift, each beat a blessing, each beat a reminder. You're alive, you're here, you're at peace, and that's beautiful. That's enough. That's everything. You feel held by the bed, by the night, by the universe, by life itself, held, safe, supported, loved, and in that being held, you can let go, completely, totally, absolutely. Let go of control, let go of worry, let go of striving, let go of everything. Just be held, just rest, just be. The anxiety that once consumed you, it's not here, and even if it comes back tomorrow, even if it's loud again, even if it demands attention, you know something now. You know this peace. You've touched it, experienced it, embodied it, and you can come back to it always, in any moment, with a breath, with presence, with choosing. It's always here, always available, always waiting. This peace, this calm, this home. You're drifting now, between waking and sleeping, between consciousness and dreams, between effort and surrender, and it's beautiful here, in this, in between, this threshold, this gentle space. No pressure, no urgency, no anxiety, just floating, just drifting, just being, in peace, in calm, in ease. You might be asleep now, or almost asleep, or in that place where it doesn't matter, where the line doesn't matter, where categorizing doesn't matter. You're just here, resting, being, peaceful. And that's perfect. That's exactly right. That's exactly where you need to be. The last whisper of awareness is just gratitude, just love, just peace, for this moment, for this journey, for this life, for this breath, for this being, for you, exactly as you are, perfect, whole, complete, at peace. And then even that fades into silence, into stillness, into peace, deep, profound, total peace. The anxiety melted away, completely, gently, naturally. And what remains is just this, just you, just peace, just being, just rest, just love, just calm, just ease, just breath, just life, just now, just here, just peace, deep, lasting, true peace.